Okay, welcome to the best way to make money online in 2026. I'm joking. All right, this is not a make money online guru type video. This is me talking about my honest experience working as a high ticket closer, remote closer, inbound closer, online sales rep, whatever you want to call it, for the last 20 months of my life. So I started in February 2024. It is now December 2025. So I've been doing this for a little while, and I'm just going to be giving you my raw, unfiltered, honest experience and what happened, how I've gone, what's been happening the last 20 months or so. And yeah, that way there you can actually see if this industry is something you do want to pursue. You may be doing some research on it right now, and there's not a lot of people out there that if you can trust. So yeah, that's why I'm making this video. So going back to the start, before remote sales, I was previously working as a laborer, so blue collar work. I was also playing some professional football, soccer for the Americans or Australians watching this. And then also as well, I had a part-time job on the side of that. So I was working 60, 70 hours a week, long hours, fed up with the situation I was in, really working massive amounts of hours, not getting paid much. I went to Bali on holiday. In short, met a couple of people making some money online there, and I was like, wow, this is actually real. You can make money online. It's not fake. It's actually a tangible thing where people live this life and they are traveling and they live overseas full time. And I was like, wow, okay, this is the life I really do want. This is the life I want to pursue. Come back from that holiday in Bali, ended up having a surgery on this knee right here, which forced me to take some time off of work. In that time off of work, I went all in on building a marketing agency. It was called Alivo. We were doing web design for businesses, or building websites for businesses. I have no idea how to build websites, by the way. I was just outsourcing the work. With that business, I made $1,200, I think it was. My first ever online money was $500 over Stripe from a company called A to B Electrical in Adelaide, South Australia. I forgot your name, business owner, but thank you. You changed my life. And how I did that was just cold calling prospects, cold calling businesses in Adelaide. I was getting rejected time and time again. They were not good cold calls, just to say the least. But I remember first online, and I was hooked from that point onwards. I tried building the marketing agency, doing more cold calling. I started running ads. I spent like $1,000, $2,000 on ads as well. And once I started running ads and I was getting leads, I was getting calls, I then didn't know how to sell. And I was like, okay, like this business, we've been doing this for 3-4 months now, made $1,200, I think it was. We need to learn how to sell. Like we cannot be successful in business if we don't know how to sell. Otherwise we're just cooked. And all the financial literacy books, all the self-help books I've been reading on how to become wealthy, how to build success in financially, all said you need to learn how to sell. And it was something I just avoided because of procrastination, fear, limiting beliefs of if I'd be able to do it. So what I did then was pivoted. I paid a mentor. And then from that point there, I went all in on sales. So marketing agency was shut down. I was still making a little bit of money on a monthly basis. And when I say a little bit, like $80 from a monthly recurring service to host their websites. But that business was shut down at that point. Let's just say that. And went all in on sales. That was February 2024, as I said at the start of the video. And with remote sales, let me tell you, the first 6 months were not easy. Okay, so for all the trainings you've seen out there, all the gurus you've seen out there talking about how easy it is. Yes, it is easy if you know how to sell when you're getting into the industry, but for someone with no experience, you will make money in the first 60 to 90 days, but it will be hard. You will need to put in a lot of time. You need to learn a lot. For example, for me, my first offer in high ticket sales, working online as a sales rep, the first offer I was working with was a B2B marketing agency. So they were a TikTok marketing agency. They run ads for e-commerce brands. They did lead generation as well. Now, with that there, I didn't know how to sell. I was selling B2B to a very sophisticated buyer. There was a cold calling involved. There was an appointment setting involved. There was closing involved. There was managing clients as well on the back end and trying to fucking keep them happy. There was a lot involved. And for someone who was a beginner, it was not a beginner friendly role. I wasn't competent as a sales rep. Was not good. The style of selling I had learned just was not working for me, and I didn't know why. And overall, I did not have a good time on that account. I did not have a good time on that offer, and I didn't make that much money for that time period. That being said, when I told that offer I was leaving, they actually offered me, it's pretty crazy because in my previous job as a blue collar worker, I was getting paid like 60K a year, working massive hours, traveling to and from work. This company here, when I told them I was leaving, even after not performing, just because I got along with the team, just because I guess they liked me, they offered me 72K a year plus super plus commission to work for their company. 72K a year base. So I was going to be making 6K a month, no matter what, plus super, and then also as well commissions once I actually learned how to sell. So it was pretty crazy because I went from 4 months ago working as a laborer, having to work my ass off for $30 an hour, to 4 months later, I still didn't know how to sell really. I was just working in this company, found this company to work for, and they were willing to fork out 100K a year to me just 4 months later, which is pretty cool. That being said, though, I didn't take the offer. I did believe in what I was doing, what I was pursuing was a higher income. I didn't want to have the safety net of a base salary. And I jumped to another offer. It was a trading mentorship offer in the Australian market, working with a sales agency who ran the offer. And this is where it kind of turned around for me. This is where it really turned around, because the sales style that I had previously learned was more B2C focused. It was more emotional, making commitments to change, building a gap, consequence questions, which in the B2B market with a sophisticated buyer who wasn't making a commitment to change, it just didn't work, that style. So on this new offer, it was really good. I had really good sales managers. I had what I thought at the time were good sales leaders ahead of me. We don't need to go into that today, but yeah, they were very motivated around making money, very motivated around building a life of freedom. They were very motivated around why we are in sales is to build a better life for ourselves and for our family. And that was something that resonated with me deeply. And that's why I've got into entrepreneurship. That is why I've gone on the journey I've gone on with reading I'm not going to say hundreds, but lots of books over the last few years. Whilst I've sacrificed every day for the last 3 years, it's because I want to have a massive amount of money and build wealth and legacy so I can take care of my family. So on this offer, that was something they preached a lot, and it was very motivating, very inspiring. And on that offer there, got really good at sales, like felt really good about my sales skills, was working very hard, was very inspired. And my first month there, I made $3,500, which was my record month online at that point. And it's enough money as well to go travel and have a life of freedom in Asia, which is one of my dreams as well. And then the second month I was on that offer, I made 11,400. I think it was 11,400 Australian dollars. So I had my first ever 10K a month. And then the month after that, things happen with the offer and the sales leaders and company and whatever. And then the month after that, my income did drop to about like 4K, I think it was. But 3 months on the offer, made about 20 grand, which was more than enough money to go live overseas, more than enough money to have some level of freedom. And also as well, more importantly though, I got really comfortable and competent in my sales ability, which meant I can never really be broke again once you know how to sell. Anyway, from that point there, I then moved over to Asia for a little bit. So my football, soccer season, whatever you want to call it, that finished up. So I had the time to go on holiday and travel. I went and lived in Vietnam for a little bit. I went and lived in Thailand for a couple months. I went to Bali. And then whilst I was over there, I did change offers as well. So the company I was previously selling for, I went and sold for another company. This company that I went to, very poor quality sales team, like very bad sales team. They were corporate salespeople, never invested into their education, been in sales for years and years, and they sucked. Like they were terrible. So pretty much I went straight into that team. There was four new hires, a couple of them were complete beginners, and obviously I was one of the more experienced ones. And then with the original team that were there, I ended up being second on the leaderboard within like a month. I was crushing everyone. My lead to sale ratio, my lead to close ratio, lead to cash, like everything was just dominating everyone. And I very quickly realized, okay, I'm pretty fucking good at sales. Like I've got a knack for this. I've learned, I've gone through the suffering as such. And I think my first month I made like 8K, I think it was. Second month similar, and then December month, that's when I slowed down a little bit just with that industry, and what I was doing as well in terms of changing. But yeah, couple of months on that offer, I made some money, top the leaderboards pretty much, and yeah, once again reinforced. Okay, I do know what I'm doing. I'm very competent, very confident at this, and I was doing it whilst traveling as well, which was even better, which was my dream. And then December 2024 happened, and I was connected to an offer owner looking for a closer. David, the offer owner, legend, still work with him today. He's an absolute legend. But yeah, it was put into a group chat. This guy was sending me audio messages saying, "Hey, we're looking for a good closer. The standards are high. You can't not do for like pretty much just like it was kind of intimidating. The voice notes, and I was like, fuck, like, am I good enough to better do this offer? Do I know enough about sales yet? Because I knew people on this offer making like $30,000 a month, and I was like, I just had lack of belief in myself at that point. Then from there, I went to Bali. I jumped on an interview with David again, and this guy was stone cold, like no emotion at all. I'm usually pretty like can have a laugh, humorous, very open. That's how I typically can open people up very well. It's just good energy. And this guy was just cold. I think he'd been burned in the past by other sales reps who had talked a big game and haven't been able to deliver. And yeah, I was quite intimidated actually. And I was like, fuck, this guy is going to be a pain in the ass to work for, because he had such high standards for where he wanted to be for himself and for his company, which ended up being a good thing I've seen long term. But yeah, got past the interview, did a week of literally just watching every call I could watch on the offer. I practiced that script so many times. I recorded myself. I watched it back. I was working another offer at the same time. I had my partner and my brother in Bali at the same time. I was every morning waking up so fucking stressed with anxiety in my stomach. I was like, fuck, like this is my opportunity now. Like I can go make 20, 30, 40, 50K a month if I play my cards right. And I was like fuck, like I need to do whatever it takes at this point in time. This is my opportunity to change my life. And then that week there, I had the worst internet problems on earth in Bali. Could not take a sales call with the other offer I was selling on at the time, the second offer I have, the third offer I'm talking about. Could not connect to why people could not hear me, so I was struggling. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm calling Bali short. I'm booking a flight home. Like I've got to make the most of this." But yeah, I ended up having my first ever sales call for David, the offer I sell on now, FPS, on my last ever morning in Bali before I caught a flight. And I ended up closing it. It was for 10K USD or 9.8K USD, 10K USD. Ended up closing it, one call close, no objections, closed it. And obviously that put me in a good stead, especially because I was being tested against myself, Blaine, my sales manager now. Blaine, if you're watching this, you're a G, bro. And then there was the other two other guys as well who were being in that tested phase. So yeah, proved the point straight off the bat. Then from there, I got back to Adelaide, rushed home, set up my setup, got Wi-Fi set up, everything was set up, ready to go. Started taking calls. I think I closed, from memory, I want to say my first two calls closed, and then out of the first 5 calls I had, I closed 3. So 60% close rate. And from there, 2 other sales reps that were being in that tested phase, they got kicked off. They didn't go through. Me and Blaine, my current sales manager, got taken on, and we were full-time closers now. So from there, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. December last year was a quieter month, let's say that. Business owner wasn't 100% happy. Then start of January, I was actually having calendar problems. So it was tech issues that were holding me back. And once the tech issues were resolved, because the first 15 days of January, like it was looking ropes. Like we were not in a good spot. Like we were almost going to lose my job. But yeah, then once my calendar got fixed and I could actually get bookings in properly, then everything turned around. Like complete 180. It was like life just fucking went from shit, what's going on here, to complete euphoria. I made 25K in January 2025. In February, I made 51,000 Australian dollars. March, April, June, July, anywhere from 20 to 40,000 Australian. And then August, I've moved over to Dubai. I don't know how much money I made that month, but moved over to Dubai, set up here residency wise, tax purposes as well. September, and then traveled overseas with my mates in Vietnam and Thailand, and was there for 2-3 weeks. Come back to Dubai, I still made like $30,000 that month. And then September, October, November, been in Dubai, crushing, making 45K one month, 30K another. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. And so I've just literally this year been closing on this one offer, having a great time, great company, great team, great product as well. The product like genuinely is life-changing to these people that I speak to. And that's what we've been doing. And also on the side of that now, in the last couple of months, I've launched my own coaching business. So this journey I've been on, I've learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes, made a lot of fuck-ups, needed a lot of help. And now I'm helping guys who were in my shoes 2 years ago do the same thing. Now, this is not a sales pitch, don't stress. Okay, it's probably not for you. But yeah, that's been my journey. So last 12 months has been great. I've made north of 400,000 roughly. The first 6 months were rocky, very rocky to say the least, even though I was offered a 6-figure a year job within that time period. Then from there, went on a couple of offers, got really good at sales, sold a lot of different things, got really confident, comfortable. And then, yeah, doors opened. And this is where we're at now. So it's December 2025. The last 12 months has been really good. And coaching business is going well. Clients are coming on board. We're students hitting 5K months already, 2 months in, which is pretty insane. I'm a little bit jealous if I could go back. But yeah, that's where we're at now. This has been my journey in high ticket sales, high ticket closing, remote closing. It's been one heck of a journey. It's been tough, challenging, exciting, enjoyable, euphoric at times. I've been able to achieve a level of financial freedom, not where I want to be, but for a 22-year-old young man who 2 years ago was working as a blue collar worker, I have a level of financial freedom. Partner doesn't need to work anymore. She can comfortably live off of my money, can travel full time. I've been able to give money to my parents for holidays. Yeah, it's a different life I'm living compared to 2 years ago. And I mean, very, very grateful for the Reese 18 months ago who invested into himself a fair bit of money for where he was at that point in time. Worked hard, read every day, as in read books every day, studied every day, got kicked in the nuts, got rejected. Because if it wasn't for that Reese there, who was delusional and just had so much self-belief, I wouldn't be sitting here today in a very, very blessed position in life. So that's been my journey. If you've enjoyed, feel free to subscribe. If you want to work with me as well, I did say I have my own coaching business. If you want help, there is an application link down below. If you do it, awesome. If you don't do it, feel free to subscribe. Plenty of videos on this channel, which are there to help you as well. So I'll see you in the next video.